All right. Yeah, it's on Twitch. It just takes a second to show up.
Oh, getting going.
I'm glad our like combined 50 hours of work was taken positively. That's why I did so much work, because I couldn't do any of that stuff. So I had to like level my guy up to where I could actually do things. Yeah, I don't know why Sheep Chat stopped working. It works on my desktop fine for connecting to YouTube, but it doesn't work on the laptop for connecting to YouTube unless I go directly to the video. It's kind of goofy like that. Well, I think part of the reason it works so well is because they don't want you to use it as like a moderation tool, because that seems to be what constantly changes and breaks. So it's just a viewing tool, which is like 99% of the need for it in the first place. So I don't mind too much. Because if I need to, I can just hop in. If you get it, oh, there we go. My Facebook wasn't showing. I was doing my stream check. All right, everyone. Getting started here with some 7 Days to Die. Top over. Let's see if this works. Let's try this one instead. That looks a little bit better. Cool. All right. Hey CJ, if you don't mind, can you check the levels when you get a chance, when you're not being murdered by a zombie, attempted murdered? Oh, I have no gas. All right, well, I'm gonna come join you then. I'm not really kitted out for this. Where are you at? You over the roof of the place? I don't see you anywhere. I guess I could do that. If I want all your yummy experience. Can you see my bullets? Can you see any of those bullets I just shot that direction? Well, I am nowhere you could possibly see me because I am in the storage room right now. Good to see the concrete I made is getting some use. That would require me to not be killing zombies, though. Let's see. Oh, I gotta get some more med kits. Nope, there are no more med kits. I will not be getting more med kits. All right. Do I have everything? All right. Are there more zombies out there? What? That means yes. Oh, there's another tree on top of the thing now. Interesting. Ooh, thank you for the share, CJ. Family. Oh, I forgot to get gas. Yeah, it's sensors on the outside, so if we're down here, it's not going to see us. Oh, it was closed until I walked into it, and then it opened for me, and then immediately closed after I walked in. Because it opened when it saw me. But then it stayed closed. I think it's set to only open if it sees us from the outside. And the slag raw items. It's about 30,000 in there. Right, there we go. Our tunnel is longer than the server view distance, so that's pretty exciting. Was this your bike, CJ? Because my bike just disappeared when I got off of it, and there's a bike sitting up here. Is it? Yeah, but is that the bike up here? Because if not, then we just lost a bike. It just disappeared. All right. Well, I'm taking this. 'Cause I can't get a perfectly straight answer from you, and I'm gonna immure you as well. There we go. Although I don't think you're fully immured because... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, I think that's the generator room. Just cobblestone this area since it'll be the first area of attack. Oh, I forgot to grab cement or concrete. Oh well. There we go, it's open now. It's closed now. The only thing is, will it open fast enough for a flying machine to fly out? If not, it's alright, because you can basically take off in like a 20 square foot area. Okay. It opened for a second, then closed. But I'm a friend though. But it should not close when it sees allies. It should be open when it sees allies. Oh, I thought you just finished it. You were just down there. I was like, you were just down there fixing it. Why would I assume you didn't fix it? Oh, okay. I'm gonna auger out some more stuff here. Freaking out. Let's see here. Get this down to the base level. I just really want to see this ramp finished. Hey, how's it going? How are you doing today? Hello, hello. I think everyone can hear you guys too. I'll turn the chat up a little bit more so your guys' voices are a little bit more heard. Alright, I need to make some boxes. Boxes. How about 100? There we go. Need a little bit more to make this even. I'll fix the top level of this from above. Actually, I think it would be easier. Why am I running so slow? There we go, that's better. So, get a little overlap here so they don't go to attack the door and just break the block next to it and fall in. So right now we are basically making a bat cave entrance for our bat cave, and it's going to be a tunnel that like lets us launch our vehicles out of. But I will not be digging those because screw that. Oh, I know. I dug for like 20 hours this week. I fully know this. I did about half this tunnel by myself. It's all maxed. You don't really get that much experience after level 30. It takes a couple hours to get each level. I know because I literally mined nonstop without stopping. The fastest by far is placing wood frames down and upgrading them to concrete. You get about 10 times more experience per minute than you do maxing out your auger and everything else, which is too bad that it doesn't scale. Like, I mean, it's not that it doesn't scale. It's a linear progression for that, and then it has a cap to it. Whereas your experience doesn't have a cap. Its requirements go up. But that's all right. I just wish the skill point progression for like the necessary skills to just build the basic stuff for the base was a little bit different, so you weren't missing out on all this stuff. Because once you get to like my level, just doing something simple like putting electrical lines down takes like 10 hours of work just to get there. But that's the experience thing I was talking about when I first started playing this, where there's a steep curve to experience, and that's why I was saying like you'll see what I'm talking about later on. Yeah, well, I think that's why the problem is there. I think that's why it's there, is to kind of incentivize. But it does suck if like those people, yeah, because with multiplayer it really makes or breaks this game, and like it really shines when you have people specialize. But you know, if you're playing for a week straight and none of those people log on. Yeah, back at like that Alpha 10, it was pretty rough. And then every time they made a new Alpha level, it was a different game. They're like, it's now a survival game. Nope, it's a combat game. Nope, now it's an RPG. And so you're like, I don't know what to do, because I wish your character could like be saved across games. Because like I'm definitely not going to start a new game of this ever. Like I've put more hours into this than I put into most single player story games. And I'm definitely not going to like start a new one up. But yeah, like if you don't have people. Oh, see, I don't.
Baby.
Yeah, that's fair. Why is this only hitting the concrete? Yeah, the second thing is when you are like on a night shift, and then everyone else is on like a normal day shift or like at least evening shift. Thanks, Angel or Angel. I don't know the right pronunciation. I guess it depends on where you're from. But thank you for the like. I appreciate it. But yeah, I usually play from most of my gaming. It's probably from like 10 p.m. till about 6 a.m. So that's when you really feel the experience drain. It's like, if only I had like other people here that were vampires like me. I've got extra gas. I can go toss some in there real quick. Is it turned off? Oh, you're interacting. I will cement everything. Getting our little base built up. Once it's all built up, we can do a little run if anyone's watching. Oh, these hatches are opening down. That's why you can't put the ladder all the way up. That makes sense. Yeah, we're gonna have in about an hour and a half, it'll be zombie time. I'm gonna go grab some more concrete. Do you need more concrete, CJ? Okay, can you open the door for me? Or actually, no, you don't need to. I can go up the hatch here if I can get out. There we go. I'm gonna run along here to see if the bike is up top here, because sometimes this game will transform the position of your vehicles to another vertical plane. Nope, doesn't look like it. No, it just disappeared when I got off the bike. It just disintegrated, it looks like. Well, I'll grab another bike for you, CJ. You took all the concrete? There was like 30 stacks. Oh, yeah, it's in the overflow because I ran out of space. It's in the overflow on the other side, the overflow slag. Let's see. See, I'll bring 8 stacks for each of us. And I need to grab motorbike. There's a motorbike down here. Where is this motorbike? I see a motorbike icon below me. Did someone leave a motorbike at the entrance? Oh, okay, so it teleported my motorbike to the beginning of the tunnel. Interesting. I got off my motorbike and it just blipped out of existence. And apparently it put it back at the beginning of the tunnel. This game's so goofy. Next time I go back, I'll grab some lights. Oh. That's not quite ready. Actually, let's see. You know what? I'm just going to leave that one there. I'll keep the one in my inventory where it is. All right. Who wants concrete? You want concrete? Turned out you could. You just didn't believe in yourself enough, CJ. Give me that XP. I get about 456 XP per concrete block upgraded from wood frame. And it takes about less than 4 seconds, about 3 seconds to do so. So that translates to like 120 something XP per second. As opposed to about 12 XP per second with every auger thing maxed out on iron. Here, have some cobblestone. I don't have a ton either, but I share what I can. Upgrading. Well, thanks everyone for tuning into this old base. Today we are applying a fine concrete mixture to these old weathered cobblestones, really bringing back new life into this old base. I mean, we don't know how long. It's a reno project. It's a reno and an addition. We're renovating the old little compound that they had, the prepper compound, with a brand new base. I gotta replace this ugly stone floor with some beautiful polished concrete. It's actually not polished concrete. Just squaring off this room. I'm just fleshing out this bottom part here so we don't run into a situation where someone comes in and collapses everything. And we don't have a ramp to easily get out. I can see your light down here. It lights up this room I'm in when you're above me. It's the concrete. It's transparent. Because it's applying it to like 3 stories worth of building. Come on, guys. I'm just adding some more supports under the stairs. Yeah, that should be good. Look at all this beautiful wet concrete. Kind of wish you could keep it. And it's all cracked and everything. Can you dye the concrete? Yeah, that's probably what that's for. That makes sense. There's a door here, so I'm gonna try to keep it. Just gonna dig around it so we can use it. All right, let's see. I can add blocks here. No, I'm not going to keep this. right. I haven't heard any zombie attacks. I'm surprised because I'm pretty far from base and I'm making a lot of sound. They're just all amassing for the 7th night. We should eat something. You can bake them together too. Yeah. That sounds really good. Yeah, it's umami. Because we've been so scared of MSG, we've been sleeping on all this delicious umami. Because MSG is just the code name for the flavor umami. It's not an actual, like, it's not a thing. It's just umami. Like MSG is just the spice that gives it umami. You can create umami naturally without it, but the MSG is literally just a spice. Yeah, it's an umami salt. It's actually its own taste group. Like you have taste buds, like sensors that detect it separately. Because you can actually taste 6 different, or it's like 8 different distinct tastes, but like in standard cuisine, it's 6 that are used. I listened to some, like, one of those chefs that's like a chemist talk about it. Sour salt, sweet, umami. Yeah, there's like 2 others. I heard this guy that's like one of those chefs that's like a chemist, and he talks about like all the like acid pH interactions and stuff. Yeah, he was talking about it. I can't remember what the other 2 are. He said that you don't really achieve it much because it's not like super common. But umami is super common. We have it. It's just there was a lot of xenophobia about like Asian markets. Yeah. Yeah. It's like the yellow journalism about marijuana, so they could snuff out like steel and oil production from hemp. Kind of infuriating how much BS is all just made up by like 2 or 3 people, and then the whole world believes it for like a century. All you have to do is just, if you get papers to say something, if you get a news outlet to say something as fact, then people will just inherently believe it, regardless of how stupid or crazy it is. It's kind of silly. Yeah. And that someone is the majority of people. I can't really blame people. Like, you gotta believe something at some point, or else you turn into one of these people that thinks the Earth is flat because someone told you it wasn't. So obviously, it's a shill lying to you. Because why would someone say something unless it's a lie? And it's like, I mean, some things that are said are true. You gotta put more than one brain cell together to piece together that some untrue things are said and some things that are said are true. I don't think it's too tall. When you drive down the truck, it feels like the perfect... I agree. No, when you drive the truck down here, it feels like the perfect like space. Like, you don't feel cramped. You've got room to like do slight adjustments and stuff like that. It's really nice. That's why I took the floor out and just put one block below for the floor instead of just adding the floor on top, because the truck was already kind of like pretty close to the roof as it was. Well, that's just personally my preference. Some people don't like that. I don't like cramped stuff for buildings. I like big open stuff. That would look really cool. I always forget about arches in these voxel games. Everything's a cube, but those are round. That'll be really nice. It'll look nauseating. Whenever I start streaming, the second the camera turns on, my nose will not stop itching. I'm out of cobblestone. Let me go get some. Yeah, Kenny, I spent about 20 hours this week. Yeah, I'm just gonna go grab some cobblestone. You want to grab something for you? Oh, bikes sink through. Oh God, it sunk through the floor. All right, I'm gonna put the bike down on some more solid floor. I'm gonna leave. I wish you could leave tracks in the wet cement or like footprints. I don't know what it is, but my dude right now is just losing every vehicle I touch. Someone just destroyed this ladder. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, let me give you, or did I dropped it off? No, it's back in my inventory. What is going on? What is this? Yeah, I'll bring it back to you. I don't know what's going on. That's weird. I'm gonna grab a whole bunch of cobblestone too, so I can dole that out. All right, here, take this bike. I have a bunch of concrete for you. Defying all laws of physics. There you go. Here's a bike. Here's some concrete. Take all this concrete. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna get lights so we can see what we're doing. CJ, do you want to grab lights when you're back there? Thank you. Okay, I've got a wiring tool, so I'm good with that. I'm so nervous about this open door. I hope it works. Because you know we're gonna have like it's just gonna be a zombie horde shows up and it's gonna be like, oh, out of gas. Maybe we could put a battery bank up here. with like with an indicator light that turns on only if the generator is out of gas. I'm sure there's a logic circuit mod we could install and just become computer programmers. A little bit later after we're done playing this, I will probably hop in Assassin's Creed Valhalla to play a little bit more. So far, it's really fun. They're getting really good at the story and the gameplay aspects of the Assassin's Creed games. Though it's the same engine that Origin was on, that they created for Origin. So Origin looked really good, but Assassin's Creed Valhalla looks really bad because it was sponsored by AMD, so it has no optimization tech like DLSS or anything like that. It has no ray tracing, and the engine is very, very dated. So, but it's like a really fun game, so I don't really mind it. It's just, it was a little bit surprising to like get a brand new game because they just released Watch Dogs Legion like 2 weeks ago, and that game looks next gen. It looks like Cyberpunk, and so it's weird to see the other game the studio's been working, or one of the other games. They have three big ones they're working on. It's just weird to see like one of the other big three, and it's like looks like the game that released a couple years ago. Thanks, Tone. By the way, if I ever mispronounce anyone's names, feel free to let me know like how it's pronounced. Like that totally does not upset me because you don't know something until you do. So let me know. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla is like, it's really atmospheric, which is a lot of fun, I think. So how are you guys all doing tonight? Or is it this morning where you're at? For me, it is like 2 in the morning. I'm up in the PN dub. In the PN dub. The Pacific Northwest. Or Idaho. Or sometimes arguably Montana, but most people don't agree that. I've only ever seen people from Montana and people not from the West Coast say that Montana is part of the Pacific Northwest. If you're east of the Rockies, you don't count. If you're in the Rockies, maybe. So funny. Stuff like that. So people get so angry about the dumbest things. It's just like, why are we arguing about this? It's because the Pacific Northwest became very popular in the last 15 years. And so now everyone wants to be part of it. But it's alright. All the new people that moved kind of ruined it. I would give it a few years, wait for everyone to move to Texas first. So the false bubbles will deflate a little bit. People have a weird notion about it, and some of it's used to be true, but none of it is like really true anymore of how it is to live up here. It kind of all just changed, which is, I mean, that's what happens. Like things, you know, places evolve and change. But I think it'll probably get somewhat back like that here in the next 5 to 10 years as people move away again. especially if you're in Washington. Like the Seattle freeze was very effective. Although Portland just decriminalized all drugs, so they're about to see a whole bunch more people coming in. Last time they did a sweeping round of drug decriminalization, their crime rate skyrocketed by hundreds of percent. So I'm sure that's totally not going to happen this time now that everything is decriminalized. People have a weird notion though. They're like, it's legal in Oregon. It's like, no, it's not. You still get like given fines and like threatened with prosecution. It just kind of makes it more hassle to do so now. So it's like, yeah, why bother? And you can just skip the fine if you just go to like a rehab program, which was probably the whole point of the act in the first place, because those are all run by private corporations. Yeah. No, it does. It's very damaging. It's very clear that that's why the law was made. It's so that corporations that own the drug rehab companies can get like a massive kickback from the state because they're doing a bunch of taxation and stuff for it now. Plus a bunch of people that will be using it. Oh, do you want to branch off the generator down here for some of the lights down here and just, or set up a second generator so we have one that's always for the door? I'm gonna come down and help you guys down here, unless you don't want me to. Why don't you put it in the wall? That sounds like a CJ thing. He's a CJ, but he's not the CJ. I was just making a really dated Baywatch reference, and I realized Jordan and I watched that Killing Hasselhoff movie. That movie was pretty funny. And I freaking love David Hasselhoff. Is he in that? David Hasselhoff is like one of those actors where everyone thinks he's just like this weird goofball that was just famous because he was on Baywatch, and then you realize he is like a German Oscar-winning singer and does like stage performances that rival Broadway. Like super hardcore dramatic stage performances. Oh no, he's like a cultural icon in Germany. In America, he's like a meme. People are like, the Knight Rider guy from Baywatch? He was on a SpongeBob movie? It's like people in America are like, you see like Mr. Bean on something, and they're like, oh, that goofy guy? And you're like, you mean like I'm pretty sure he's knighted. It's like Sir Mr. Bean. Yeah, Rowan Atkinson. I do kind of feel bad when people kind of have a goofy sense of humor and are in in like serious media because a lot of times they'll do like some goofy stuff for fun, like the SpongeBob movie. And then people like latch onto that and they think that's that whole person's career and they think of their career as like a joke.
He's eating.
Right? He finally, before he died, I know he hated that character after a while. Because he was really, like, he was a playwright and stuff. But I guess before he died, he kind of like softened up and was like, yeah, whatever. I'm surprised he hasn't been knighted. That blows me away. Hey, Jordan.
What?
Why hasn't Rowan Atkinson been knighted?
Is that right?
I guess not, no. Did he not complete the... Because I know you have to go out through like these... I don't know. There's acronyms for it. Where like BFAs or something like that. Yeah, so maybe he hasn't done the proper leveling for the knighthood. Because he might not honestly care about it. Blackadder was pretty satirical on its views of... Oh, he was... Was it knighted on... Because there's like different levels, like BFA or something, I think is one of them. OBE, MBE. Oh, okay. I think a BFA is a Bachelor's of Fine Arts, and that has nothing to do with being knighted. Just laughing at my stupidity. Some people just have like stream of consciousness and they just say things and it gets them in trouble, but I just say really dumb things. That's why I tend not to talk much. That was his full knighting. What a fun system, just in general. Do you want to? Are you doing the floor? Here, I'll leave the floor for you. You'll get levels faster doing that. I'll go auger some stuff down here. No, I'll just leave it for you. And I'll go auger the stuff. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. I literally don't have the space for that. So I guess I am just gonna do this. I'll just do the walls down here. I was just leaving the floor for you because it's easy to do it. I just don't want to like take all the experience, you know. What's your level? Oh, you're so much higher than me anyway. I'm 48. I also have a really bad habit of doing things that don't, you can turn concrete wet again. Either that or that concrete was damaged. Oh, I accidentally clicked on a concrete square. Well, now I know I need to watch for it. Isn't that the idea? Oh, this is all gonna be steel by the time we're done with it. It looks identical to the blocks around it. How do you tell? Oh, that's real confusing. Oh, well, these must have been damaged then. Well, maybe it only is distinctive after it dries, because these blocks right here, like 2 of these blocks are level 2. Oh, okay. It's just a wet concrete block. That's why I can't tell the difference. I'm gonna burn all this cobblestone up. So did you play Assassin's Creed Odyssey? Either of you. Just the first one? If you don't like get sucked into the whole Ubisoft open world thing, yeah. Thank you for the like. I don't know how to pronounce that, but thank you for the like. Ooh, thank you for the like, CJ. See, they introduced, because they kind of remade Assassin's Creed with Origin, hence the name. But from what I gather, because I don't really research that much for these games, I prefer to just go in blind if possible. And from what I gather, either they've introduced a lot in Valhalla or they introduced a lot in Odyssey, because there's like I mean, it's been like 3.5 years since I played Origin, so maybe they had it and I forgot about it. But there's a lot of like customization in like mini games, and you can like level up like oratory skills and like all kinds of stuff. But I kind of just Indiana Jones'd Origin. Like I got through the story real quick to a point where I could like have everything unlocked, and then I just went around and explored. Just looted a bunch of tombs. But I don't mind the graphics too much, or the like lack of optimization in Valhalla, just because it's a very atmospheric game, so you can kind of get away with a lot of stuff if it feels really cool, you know? Oh yeah, I'm so excited. I've been waiting for like 5 years for that game. Well, if it flops, it'll be to the lie of every journalist that's played it. Because it's been playable for like 2 years now. They've just been working on polishing it and making it, because CD Projekt Red has like some of the most impossible standards in the game industry. I mean, they could have released it 2 years ago, and they're like, it's not good enough for us. And so they just delayed it for like 2 years. And every journalist that's played it in the last couple of years has basically walked away being like, you know, we don't know when it's going to land, but it's going to take the world by storm when it does. Which they totally could be like paid off to lie about it, I guess. So that's a lot of journalists to lie. And they've done like live events with like hundreds of people present. I think the thing with Cyberpunk is I think it's going to be one of those games where most people don't play it more than once. I think it's going to be one of those things where like everyone kind of has a new experience to it. Because it's like 3 different games depending on what origin you select in the first place. So like the beginning of the game and what's accessible to you in the game is like 100% just based off your background. So like you don't even start in the city in one of the backgrounds, from what I understand. I've tried to keep away from the stuff. Every once in a while I get weak and I go and like read a news article on it. But I'm trying really hard to go in as blind as possible just so I can be like blown away. But I might honestly, I don't know. It's such a hard choice. I might wait. No, not out the gate. They're going to add something multiplayer down the road, but they don't know how they're going to implement it. They know they will be able to, like it's possible. They're not going to have to recode the game or anything, but because it was like their games are specifically supposed to be single player RPG experiences. So they said from the start, like they will introduce multiplayer down the road, but it might be a year or two because they are focused on the game they made before they start modding it to make it a completely different game, which I respect. So maybe 2022, maybe 2023, they'll add multiplayer to it. And they haven't even said what it would be yet. Yeah. And I don't know if that's going to be like an arena or if that's going to be like you can have like a server with other people in the world. They're pretty mum on it. I'm just burning through all this cobblestone. Oops. But I'm very excited about it. They're a very respectable game company and they take like 4 or 5 years per game. They're all like super rich now because they're a co-op, which is very odd for a game company to be a co-op. So all the employees own the company. It's not owned by a board. It's owned by the employees themselves. And so it's a profit share co-op. So when they release a game after 5 or 6 or 7 years of work and it sells like $500 million worth of copies, then that's distributed to everyone in the company based off of their rank. So they all get whatever percent of those profits, from my understanding. Which I don't know if that's special about them or just because they're a Polish company, because Poland has very different business laws than the US or the UK. So it might just be, I don't know if that's a Polish rule, but they're big enough that they are on the Polish euro and they are the first or second. So there's different euro coins for each country. Kind of like how we had the 50 state quarters thing. So they're like one of the things represented on it, if I remember correctly. And they're also one of, if not the biggest GDP for the country. So like the actual country's wealth and income is based off of CD Projekt Red in a large way. Now, what's recently happened in Poland will be very interesting to see if that affects it, because there's a lot of very like what we would consider backwards laws and like stances being taken in Poland right now on some things. And that's just my outside perspective looking in, but they've made a bunch of public statements say that that will not affect the game itself. So I'm hoping that stands true, because I don't like seeing companies have their artistic vision like changed by like, you know, governments and stuff. So we will see. Yeah. Yeah, you can put like a rated R on something, but don't tell me you can't have it. Within limits, but CD Projekt Red is not going to push those limits. Cobblestone, cobblestone. Does whatever cobblestone does. I like this mechanic just for leveling up. I would rather just have more experience given at higher levels, or maybe not more experience given at higher levels. I'd rather just be like a generic experience cap. Like every 1,000 experience you get a level. And so like zombie kills are like, you know, 20 and each block is 1 or something like that. So you have a linear progression. because that's one of my biggest complaints about the game's leveling system is if you don't set it to like the 300% experience, then you quickly get to a place where you're like, oh, I forgot to take the skill that lets me plant food. Oh, it's going to be 19 hours of planting or putting blocks down and upgrading them or killing zombies on 7 nights for me to be able to get that planting seeds perk, you know, unless I randomly find it in a box. One of the Final Fantasies did that. Was it 12, CJ? Do you remember? It was a linear progression system with set points for each level, and it like changed over time, but it was like you started at 500, and then at like level 20 it went to 1,000, and then at like level 60 it went to like 1,500 or something. It was just your amount of experience gathered from things were based off of the difference between your level and the creature you killed. And I felt that was a really good system. It's clean, it's like easy to understand. You can't really abuse it because it's based off the difference between levels. So it's still a progression of experience. You know, you can't just go back to level 1 and just mine all the monsters. I know WoW, or not WoW, one of the big MMOs did something like that too. Look at all the stone. Man, I've just been dry lately. After I run out of this stack, which will be pretty quick, it's been like really, the climate's been really dry here. So I've just been going through water like nonstop, but my lips are still chapped and stuff. I think it's just my body trying to adjust to like the sudden change from 87-degree weather to like 20-degree weather. Was there like one of those mouse pads with like the gel thing? Oh, that's cool. Yeah. All right, I just finished all the cobblestone in my inventory, so I will be right back. You know, CJ, I just realized I didn't check to see that the extra life link was, do I need to add that into the post, or should I add a thing that I can like click a button and have it pop up in chat? Look at all the concrete. This is riveting television right here. I'm glad that everyone's watching this. I like to think that our witty banter is just so good that you can just watch someone staring at a cobblestone ceiling for an hour and a half straight slowly changing block by block into concrete, and it's all right. It doesn't matter. Like when you listen to a podcast at work. We're just that good. I think a lot of streamers probably do this in the background. But it's like, why do that? Why not just go against that standard? People just want a friend, and I get it. Sometimes you're all alone in your house. It's kind of quiet. Maybe it's an old house and it's kind of creaky. You just want to hear someone else that isn't like a potential serial killer sneaking up behind you. I respect that. It's so much fun to watch people. There's no consequences to watching people. So I've never watched a streamer really play a game until CJ started streaming. And then I started branching out, trying to like watch other streamers to understand the process a little bit more. Cause it's like this is a subset of the gaming community I have zero like data on. And, oh, I leveled up. Oh, I have 4. How do I have 4 skill points? That makes 0 sense. Did you give me skill points, CJ? Oh, you know what? I just hit level 50, so I must have gotten 3 skill points because I had 1 banked. Woo, I could almost level up advanced engineering 1 level. I feel really gross having these 4 magical skill points and just putting them on 2 points of intellect that affects me in 0 way whatsoever other than my ability next level to put 1 point in advanced engineering. Feels a little dirty, I'm not gonna lie. With weapons that I don't use robotic turrets and stun batons. With intellect governed weapons such as robotic turrets and stun batons, I don't use those. I think my strength is maxed out. No, my strength is 8 points. Because unlike intelligence, you don't have to be maxed out in strength to do simple tasks. I'm an intellectual. Y'all better watch out. You better bow down to me when you ask me questions. Except for you, CJ, because your intellect is much higher than mine. CJ has Da Vinci level intellect. That's what I'm trying to branch out from. No. Oh, that's good. Really just need to build everything up in this game. And at the rate of experience, it'll take about a year. Which, if you keep on the same server, is actually a pretty cool accomplishment. Yeah, with the Twitch streamer thing, so I found some other Twitch streamers that I do enjoy watching because I wanted to get into a game that I had no idea how to play. And my wife wanted to get into it too, so we started watching this Twitch streamer. She was really good. And like she was really like especially good at explaining what she was doing in the game and why she was doing it. And I found that incredibly helpful. But I have trouble doing that when I stream because I'll be like, all right, so I need to get to this point over here and there's a path that goes up here, but I'm just going to walk up this mountain because I want to see if I can. I feel like if people are watching my stream to understand how to play the game, it's just going to be a disservice to them. You taking a shower? Have fun. Are they up there?
No, they're down there on the couch.
Oh, they're on the couch? Day 49. In about an hour, we can fight some zombies. Unless you want to save it and wait. Yeah, it's 9:22. They're 120-minute days. So we have about an hour until 10 o'clock. Concrete. Concrete. I'm really excited to play Watchdog Legion. I guess the story mode just has like nothing to attach you to it because you don't play a character. You play like an idea. Yeah, so there's no story to attach your narrative function to, like no like character driven story arcs. Yeah. And so I guess it's like the main complaint that they have with it is they're like, why do I give a shit about the cutscenes? Like, because I chose some random grandma to be in the body of when I started the cutscene. I have no interest in seeing their like banter, you know, to this person I'm gonna dump the second the cutscene ends. And so it's kind of I think it's a fun way to try it out. I haven't tried it myself to see how I feel about it. But in a lot of those games, the story is so bad anyway that I don't care about it. I just like running around and like making barricades pop up when police are chasing me and stuff like that. Like deciding that I'm gonna hit someone with a bat, but like hacking their phones to make sure they're an appropriate evil person before I do that. Because if someone's like, you look at their phone, they're like, oh, teaches like inner city youth in their spare time. And it's like, oh, well, I'm not going to mug this guy. But, you know, you look at it, it's like, watches underage YouTube videos. And it's like, oh, this is the guy I'm going to hit with the bat. They all scream like they're innocent, though. A little disconcerting part of those games. I kind of actually wonder if they ever do make a Grand Theft Auto 6, if they're going to do something kind of like that, where you have more interactivity with the world. Not I. But I've just been really, I've had this Grand Theft Auto itch, and I've played Grand Theft Auto 5 like 6 times over the last few years. Over the last like 8 years. And I don't want to play it again. Like I'm tired of just going back and playing that one game over and over again. So I'm hoping Watchdog Legion kind of scratches that. It's the best Grand Theft Auto, hands down. Oh, did you get it on like Epic or something? Yeah. I love Epic. People love to shit on it, and then I'm like, well, they give me free games and they do it at no disservice to me whatsoever, so I'm not gonna shit on them. Yeah, you get 1 to 3 games. It's awesome. It's just hard for me to find a reason to like say they're a bad company. I have complaints about like the UI and stuff, but like the company as a whole, there's this big like uproar over the company existing as like a games platform because they weren't Steam for some reason. It's like, I don't care, they're giving me free games. Yeah. Yeah, timed exclusives. Yeah, I get that thing. It makes it easier to, if the game is coded for both platforms, to have like your friends list shared and stuff like that. But it's kind of hypocritical because no one bitched about Windows doing that that much. They complained more about like the Windows UI, but Windows has been doing that stuff on their store for a long time. Mac has been doing it on their store. Oh, there's no blocks there. I thought I clipped through the floor again. I was about to be freaked out. Last time I clipped through the floor, I saw the whole world from like a mile above it. And I was like, is this where I fall to my death? And then I ended up back on the ground. Yeah, the timed exclusives I'm not really keen on. Super keen on it. I don't really know how I feel because then at this... See, I'm the opposite because it's console exclusive. You literally are not allowed to play that game unless you go out and pay hundreds of dollars to buy another console. Epic is free, so is Steam, so they can... Yeah, that's what Epic does. But the Epic exclusives, they're just they were just timed exclusive too. So it's the same thing. But with the console timed exclusive, you can't just go and click the Xbox button on your PlayStation and just play it on the Xbox app. Like you have to go buy an Xbox. On a computer, all you literally do is just click the Epic button instead of the Steam button. Now there is some like valid complaints about like this is kind of a road I don't think maybe we want to go down as a community. Because then you do run into the position of like, what if it's a paid platform, you know? But yeah. I don't mind that as much just because, especially when it's like a private company doing their own launcher, because then they don't have to conform to another company's dictate on how they do like game updates and stuff like that. Like if Blizzard wants to have BattleNet set up, or like Uplay. Uplay is a good example. Uplay is way better than Steam. Like, oh, have you used the new one? Because you can play the game before it's even done downloading. Yeah, that is annoying. And then you have to install Uplay to unlock it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they should offer it on. Well, I shouldn't say that because if is it launching through Steam and then opening up Uplay? Like, are you able to use the Steam overlay and stuff like that? See, that doesn't make any sense then. I wonder if it was a. Yeah. I wonder if they got rid of that. That sounds like an old holdover. Like I have a Lego game that you can't buy anymore. And it's available on Steam. So I tried it out like a year ago. I tried downloading it to play and it worked, but it was like really weird because it's not a game that you can purchase anymore because the company that controlled it like decided you can't play it. No, it was a licensing. It was a licensed game. It was it was Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit, one of those two Lego games. And the licensing ran out and the studio that controls the licensing decided that they weren't going to allow it to be renewed, so you can't buy the game anymore. And so because I owned a license to play the game, and that license was not subject to the overall licensing that governed the selling of the game, it means that since I already owned a license to play it, that license wasn't revoked. But you can't go out and buy it unless they've renewed the license and since then. But it was kind of weird. I wonder if they were in like the middle of a licensing issue with Ubisoft, and then like Steam had the legal right to like sell it but not to like serve it, because they do that a lot. It's not Dragon Age, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, so it sounds like they have a weird licensing issue between them and Steam. Like they're not giving Steam full licensing. Like they're licensing Steam to sell it, but not to have exclusive control over the game content to serve. So does it use the same files, or do you have to actually fully download like all 50 gigs again? That's real goofy. Yeah, it sounds like there's a licensing dispute between what they can serve and what they can have. And Steam may have had something that says they can serve the files and sell the game, but they're not allowed to activate the files for play through the Steam. And then Ubisoft turned around and said, okay, well, since we're saying you have to use us to activate the files to play the game, we want to have control over verification of the file stability and the update process, so we're going to reserve it. Yeah, they need to be like, hey, here you go. Because if that's the case, that's Steam being like belligerent. Yeah, I've listened to some developers talk about the like multiple launchers thing, and usually it comes down to if you allow Steam to do all your stuff for you, you're also giving Steam a lot of control over your content and how it's distributed and presented. And Steam also has requirements that they want game developers and publishers to meet. And so you're not being able to control it. You're giving Steam a lot of control, but then you're also allowing Steam to tell you how you do some stuff too. And a lot of game companies are like, I'm tired of doing that. So they went with their own thing. Yeah. It feels like a slippery slope. Like it definitely feels like there's nothing wrong in doing that. Like consoles have been doing that forever, and on PC you're not even barring people from playing the game. You're just saying download this other program. But then it's like it kind of feels like that's the start of a journey towards a place where maybe you have a launcher that costs $50 a month. And you're like, all right, well, we're going to have timed exclusivity to this game, and you have to pay $50 a month to even get the launcher. Like, that's kind of like, that's definitely down that road that I don't think I would want to go down. And it feels like timed exclusivity is kind of the first step. I mean, yeah, that's literally what Microsoft is doing. They don't even have executable files in Microsoft apps. So you can't even go in and do anything with it. They have 100% complete control over any UWP program. I mean, probably not 100%. There's probably ways to mod it, but it's locked behind a whole lot of like system base level permissions if you want to like touch any of those. Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, you could do that. Uplay does the same thing, EA as well. That's what I did with Valhalla. I didn't pay for the game. I just paid $15 for the Uplay Plus subscription, and I'm just playing it on my. I just downloaded it to my computer. That's what I've been doing for years. Yeah, because all you need to do is get 4 people that would rather do that than actually buy the game. And so if you find 4 people that are not going to purchase the game but are going to do that, it's the same as selling the game, but it's actually more profit for the company because there's no distribution and overhead for the sale of that game. It's strict profit directly to the company. And the servers that serve the game were there all along anyway because you had to buy it anyway. And so it's, I think, if you're reaching a larger market, which they are, then it's more profitable to do a subscription model. Kind of like Netflix. Netflix can put a new movie out and say, all right, it's just part of your $8 or $10 a month or $15 a month subscription. And you don't have to pay $20 for the movie. You just get it for free. But more people will do that than buy the movie. So you're actually making a profit off of doing it that way. It's also one of those things I feel like it's really easy to like jump into and not understand how it works. And then you go under because you don't realize the startup costs are just prohibitively expensive with a venture like that, especially with like Google Stadia and like all these streaming services. Like Amazon's doing it. Uplay is on Amazon, and so it's on Amazon Luna. It's also on Stadia, like not on it, but like they're in beta right now. And that honestly, I think is the future of gaming for the majority of people. Oh, excuse me. Because you can get people that don't even own a computer to play like Assassin's Creed, you know, moon landing or whatever it is in 5 years. And yeah, but like literally all you have to do is have a $20 Bluetooth controller, or like a $20 controller with the USB cable and a phone. And like you can now play that game, you know? And so all the people that can't afford consoles or PCs are going to be able to do that too. I think a lot of it's going to get procedural. I don't know. I do get what you mean about like the timed exclusivity though on computer. It's not bad. It doesn't hurt anyone right now, but it definitely feels like it's like kind of a window into the future where it definitely could be used to abuse people. And I think if it can be, it will be. If there's a profit to be had, you know. I think CJ said something and then he disappeared. Guys, we are almost all connected. Any chance I can get one of you that has a solid mining skill help knock it out? You could have said it with your voice. He said it in the in-game chat. I'm still here, just being quiet so I do not bother. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. I also think a lot of these game companies treat gamers like they're complete freaking idiots. And it kind of comes off bad when they do like news releases. Like, what, you all have phones? It's like, come on, Blizzard, that wasn't the good way to talk to your customers, dude. It was such a weird decision. It's like, oh, you're doing okay. Like, why'd you wait for a big reveal? Like, why didn't you like leak information about it to see how people received it like 3 years ago? Before you just like ran full steam into that. Yeah, they're like, we want something that's smooth like Diablo 3, but plays like Diablo 2. And they're like, so with your thumbs. And they're like, I mean, controller support's okay. They're like, no, just your thumbs on a phone. People are like, wait, what? Yeah. No, I completely agree. Although the mobile game market is the most profitable game market there is. So maybe they're just making the smart decision. That was probably a mistake, but now that you've said that, he's going to exclusively do it. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, run. 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 There was no roof here, so it was not fixed because there were no roof blocks here, CJ. Look at all the clay. Wonder if another tree spawned up there. I do not. Oh no, I got some wood. I can do some wood frame blocks, but I can't do wood frame blocks and upgrade. Wait a second. What am I saying? I see trees through this window. And I have a chainsaw. Alright, I'll be right back. Honestly, now that we have AI-driven coding and scripting, we're probably just going to see like bespoke games being made by AI, like procedurally generated. With 6. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Like all the vegetation in 4 was procedural. Yeah. Of course, Bethesda would be the one like pushing for AI scripting. It's like a big issue in computer science ethics right now, because we're getting rid of all of our jobs with automation and replacing them with tech industry. But then if we start allowing AI-driven tech, then there's like literally not going to be even close to enough jobs for people. Like there's just not going to be enough jobs for the amount of people we have. And so there's like a big, there's like a big issue right now because like the tech industry desperately needs people. Like the whole learn to code thing became like a meme as, oh, sorry, CJ, you dropped right in front of me. It became like a meme that kind of seemed like a fuck you to truckers, but the idea behind it totally is not a fuck you. It's a, we desperately need tech people. That's why we're like, it's like one of the biggest sources of foreign job immigration is our tech industry. Like we're pulling people from other countries to come do the jobs because we don't have the people here to do them. And if we turn all those jobs over to just a computer program that's maintained automatically by itself, it's like, it's kind of a scary thing because there's just literally not going to be jobs for the people now. So there's like a big push right now in tech to like make it illegal to do AI. And it's like, well, that's not the right way to go. But I don't know. It's like the timed exclusive thing. It's like, it's not bad in itself. It's just the potential to abuse it at the like anti-benefit of other people is like very high, you know? Like, what's to stop a corporation from gobbling up 80% of the tech industry as a mega conglomerate and then just having like 7 people working for it? It's like that's like terrible. Like Amazon provides like millions of jobs. It's like, you imagine, like, and so that's why like Amazon's okay, but then like, yeah, and so it's like, I don't have a problem with Amazon. They're one of the biggest job creators we have. But imagine if Amazon had like 500 people working for it just to maintain the AI. Like, that's a terrifying prospect, because millions of jobs disappear overnight, you know? Like, I mean, it wouldn't be overnight, it'd be over decades, but you get the idea. And we're not making people smarter faster, like not enough to compete with AI, so I don't know, it's an interesting world. I like learning about all that stuff, but it's like so beyond my capability of figuring out how to fix it that it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, I like learning about the problem, but I have no solutions for them. Out of gas. What's going on? CJ, if you need to wait to do the 7th night until tonight, I'm okay with that, because you can't really talk too much right now. Because it's going to be like, yeah, like the 7th night's not going to finish until like almost 4 o'clock his time. Yeah, this game seems to like keep CJ awake better than coffee. The sound it makes when you accidentally damage one of these wood frame blocks is kind of makes you feel bad. Yeah, I think we're close to like the time where we're gonna stop seeing these like massive like games that take like 6 to 10 years to make. I think by 2030 they're gonna be able to do a lot of it procedurally. I watched a TikTok, this woman was showcasing some of the new Photoshop 2021 features that use neural processing. And she just took a stock image of a woman and made her smile, made her look surprised, and it looked exactly like she was just swapping the stock image out with another photo of the woman doing that. And I showed my wife, and she was telling me that I guess it's a big issue in modeling ethics right now, because they're doing digital models now for a lot of ads. And so models are actually losing their jobs because you can just make a digital model, run it through the computer how you want it to look and be positioned and everything, and be done, and you're not paid. It's just one person doing that on a computer for 30 minutes versus like a team of people working for 2 days with like a team of models, camera people, lighting, catering, transport, makeup, contracts, lawyers, you know, regulatory inspectors. Like, you just have a dude at his computer, or a woman. Yeah, you just have like one person at the computer for 30 minutes. And then as we get into AI scripting, you can just tell it like, hey, I need 6 models, and just pick someone that's going to be exactly what people want to look at. Just look at what people want and then make it, you know? Like, you don't even have to like put the research into like, oh, what is good? Just tell the computer to do it. And then maybe, just maybe, after we've polluted this planet too much, but also developed our tech, we can all get rascal scooters that run on unlimited energy, and we can all get fat and just go on a giant spaceship resort cruise thing. And we'll leave one robot behind to bring it all back. those don't matter. You don't focus on the loss, you focus on the one success. CJ and I are like perfectly off. So it's like boo doop, boo doop, boo doop. All right, that's pretty exciting. CJ, what do you just put dirt blocks down? Is that what you do for this? I'll take my answer in the form of a question, please. CJ isn't saying anything, and he's constantly dropping blocks, which means he's also not typing something. CJ is just flat out not responding to my question. Like back before voice chat, you type a question to someone and they just don't stop moving their person around doing stuff, and you're like, he saw my chat, he just is completely ignoring me. Yeah, you got to move your right hand over to the right side of the keyboard. You got to take your fingers off the WASD keys. You got to reach all the way over to that T button. Screw that. I don't know how many of those we just doubled up on, but it's probably not the end of the world. Oh, that's good to know. That's really cool. I did not know that. Oh, CJ's talking. No, I'm the asshole that, like, he's talking to me. I'm just continuing to work. Let's see. Oh, okay. So clay turns, because I've seen the dirt blocks in the in one of the storage chests, but I kind of just left them alone because I didn't know what they were for. And it was a little bit too much to ask me to type in dirt into the crafting menu to see what came up. So since I wasn't going to do that, all right, I will be right there. Oh, you weren't talking to me, so I will not be right there. Look at all the progress. All right. Do I need to run out? No. Sometimes the gun pauses and makes the sound that it's upgrading, but nothing upgrades. And I wonder, is there like a random block somewhere being upgraded? Don't worry, I'm just dying over here. Upgrading to concrete is the fastest way to level up. No, it's just a realization I'm slowly making. Going from the wood frame to the 2 levels of wood gives you like half of the experience that just the first cobblestone one gives you. And concrete gives you more experience than all of those together, I'm pretty sure. So let's see. Maybe I'll stop. Maybe I'm just making all this up. Let's wait for the XP to go away. Okay, so the second wood upgrade to cobblestone is 120 XP. Cobblestone to concrete, 240 XP. Yeah. And wood frame. So it goes to 48 with the first wood upgrade. The second wood upgrade is another 48. So it's 48, 48, 120, 240. So that means that just upgrading cobblestone to concrete gives you more experience than upgrading everything up to cobblestone. Unless I'm just way off with that math. So what that means is I'm going to spend another 10 hours next week, probably, getting up another like 50,000 concrete and just doubling up on all this. Yeah, that's what I was doing a lot of this week. Is I built up over 50,000 concrete buckets, and it was part of it was like getting all the forges made and getting the mixers made and placed. CJ and you put so much work into this. I was like, let me try to do it. Hey, Kurt. Because ZeroFox is an idea. It's not just one person, but it's mostly just CJ. But I also stream when CJ is not streaming, just to get more ZeroFox out there into the world. And hey, Fang, how you doing? I'm basically CJ, but a little bit taller and a little bit less funny. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. How you doing? Yeah, Fang, we are almost done with this. So if you're just coming in now. Oh, I usually don't die in this game unless it's for something that is completely ridiculous. Like falling off of a cliff that I didn't know was there in my vehicle. Or clipping through the world. Or having zombie cops explode on top of me, which apparently is a thing now. Kurt, this is 7 Days to Die. Oops, that's the wrong tool. I just damaged this on accident. So it's a voxel survival game, kind of like Minecraft. Like definitely inspired by Minecraft. But you can do a ton in this game. We are building up our base right now with a garage that we've been working on for a couple weeks, and it is almost complete. It's very exciting. And this, there are grander plans down the road. And basically in this game, every 7 days, you get a really crazy night where zombies just insane number in power of zombies just swarm your base and you have to defend it, and it's like depending on like just because it's kind of random, so depending on how bad it is, it can actually be really challenging to like not have your base destroyed. Usually we only do the 7th day when we have a group of people, at least 3 people, but preferably 4 or 5. Is it good on the PS4 thing? Years back when I first got into this, I almost got it on the PS4. Oh, there's a zombie up here. Let's go kill it. Oh, the door's shut. Just my hat. CJ, how do I, or never mind. Why am I asking silly questions? Uh-oh, CJ, I'm stuck. Can you open the door? I got my head stuck in the door. I can't move. Can you please open the door, CJ? He's probably getting so frustrated because I keep asking him. He's being quiet right now. I wanted to show them killing the zombie, and I'm clipped through the frickin' door. Well, I just showcased 20% of 7 days to die, which is experiencing really weird glitches. Where'd the zombie go? Oh, there's a whole group of them. I have not been hitting very accurately with the shotgun. I think the hitbox, like the area of damage changed on it. I think it's kind of low now. So yeah, if you don't have like a muzzle choke or something, I had a horizontal choke, so it would do more accurate, like, yeah, and I took it off because it made it even harder to actually hit them. It just kept, you put your crosshairs on their head and it would shoot over their head because the blocks above them were damaging. And so I took it off. I've got the schematic for it. I could make one. Yeah, you want me to make some? I've got a sawed-off shotgun mod, which increases spread, and I've got the extender mod, which increased damage, range, and aimed accuracy, but it makes it more unwieldy when fired from the hip. Okay, well that's fine. I have an auto shotgun, so I'm gonna make a couple of these. Let me hop down to the workbench. I'll go down to the workbench and get this started. So in this game, it also takes time. So you build workbenches, and it might take hours to get like certain projects completed. Oh. Yeah, Fang, we found a club called the Bear Den, and there were 2 zombie bears in it, and we spent about an hour and a half dying and going back until we murdered those bears. Yeah, Kurt. So CJ usually streams on ZeroFox. This is his baby. But I've got it set up on my computer too. So when he's not streaming, I can stream as well. Just get more people into the ZeroFox family and the Bad Gamer Society. And since I'm on night shift, I stay up a lot later too. So I occasionally do After Dark streams like I'm doing now, where it's basically like really late. And sometimes I'll do like story mode games. Like I just got Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I've been doing that too. And of course, right now we're doing Extra Life Charity through, I don't know if we're going through January or until January, but we are doing it at least through the month of December into January. I got talking and I forgot what I was doing. I walked to the place I needed to go, but I didn't bring the stuff with me. So I need steel, polymers, oil, and mechanical parts. So we have this. So this is our storage room, and this is our storage golem. All of our wearable stuff and money is in the storage golem here. And then all of our stuff is organized on the wall. So it makes it a lot easier because there are probably 100 different materials in this game. What did I say I needed? How weird. So I don't need pipes to make barrels. That feels like a real missed opportunity right there. All right, and mechanical parts. Let's see. All right, forge steel. I'm just gonna go build like 4 of them. This is our workshop. So barrel extender mod. Oh, it only takes 2 minutes. So I'm just gonna build 5, and we can play around with them. Drum magazine mod. No, I do not. I need Automatic Weapons Handbook Volume 4. I have a drum magazine on my auto shotgun though. Can I make an auto shotgun? Maybe I should be asking that question. Auto. Level 4, and I don't have the schematics for it, so I can't make it. All right. Well, in less than 2 minutes, that barrel extender mod is going to be done if you want to take it. It's in one of the workbenches on the 3rd level, the 3rd underground. Yeah. Oh, okay. I haven't honestly looked at shotgun mods for, or maybe I have. It says I have a mod on it. Maybe I'm lying. Yeah, Kurt, it's over here. Ammo on top, ammo parts on the bottom. Kurt, I'm using a program called NVIDIA Broadcast. And this is one of the functions it has. So it'll like, it zooms in on my face and it follows it around when I move. Oh, I can make bipods. You want one? Oh, okay. I know I'm lazy. I left my Halloween lights up, but I've got some Christmas lights coming in the mail that will kind of work on the back wall, I think, a little bit better. So we're about to get festive up in here. Oh, just in general? Like it doesn't have to be a damaged mod? That's awesome. I didn't know that at all. Seeds, put all these tree seeds down. That's really cool. Now I need to go back and like make sure all my weapons are fully modded, even if it's something I don't need. Let's see. I just realized I'm kind of dumb and I don't think I have my Discord chat in OBS. So let me add that real quick so people can hear the people I'm talking to. So it doesn't just sound like I'm talking to a random person. Oh yeah, Fang, the ones behind me, it's like green, orange, and purple, and then I have a black wreath with like spiders in it, and then there's like cleavers and knives and stuff hanging above it. Oh, see, it didn't say anything. It just said barrel extender. Oh, it's a tube extender. That's another thing they do in this game where they'll add a new thing in and they won't keep the verbiage consistent. Sometimes even just the descriptions aren't consistent. Like if you go to advanced engineering, crafted forged steel and electrical devices cost 25% less. It's all lowercase, and then above it, gain 35% experience points from electrical trap kills. You go down to advanced engineer, and electrical trap kills is all of a sudden now capitalized. It's like weird, funny things like that. Oh, did I level? Oh no, I can't level up yet. 3 points. I'm wondering if I should take physician to try to craft some more stuff. That'll be nice. That'll be really nice. It's the way, to do it. I'm just messing with my OBS settings. Totally click the wrong thing. Let's click the right thing. Let's see if we can do that. There we go. That should be better. Okay, so now everyone else should be able to hear all of your beautiful voices as well.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, they totally can. That kind of blew it out. Say something again.
Oh god, why you gotta make me talk to random people?
Talk to the random people. Okay, there we go. Now they can all hear it. I probably look like a maniac. I'm just sitting there talking to myself. I'm like, yeah, that is right. No, I totally agree. People just watching, they're like, who the hell is he talking to? There's no indication I'm in voice chat with anyone else. Like half the time you can't even see other people. Oh, that's really funny. Well, maybe I fixed it. Maybe I didn't. We'll find out. What was I doing? Oh, I was making barrel
Why
mods
is the
that we
horsepower
don't need.
so pathetic? Oh, it's okay. I took one of those barrel mods and put it on my M60.
Fang says, Kenny, you have to talk to random people.
I don't wanna.
I hear zombies. I'm gonna keep on keeping on down here, upgrading everything. Oh, all the lights turned on. Looks nice. All right, there we go.
I'm zigzagging my way up this mountain so I can go head over to this quest so I can check out my M60 against all the people.
Have you used a what is this thing called? Tactical assault rifle?
Nope.
Is the M60 like the upgrade for like the AK-47?
It's a light machine gun. Yeah, it's under the machine gunner, so it's the AK's
Okay.
final form.
Because I have the
Second
upgrade
form?
for the AK, which is the tactical assault rifle. It's just like an M4.
Oh, so that is the second one? I thought that might have been under the rifles for like the actual snipers. I didn't know if that one was going to be a machine gun or a...
Yeah, you can put up to a 4x mod on there. By the way, Fang says you are incredibly rude and he's upset because you didn't say hi to him.
I did say hi to Fang. You said hi to Fang. Oh, no. I couldn't say hi to Fang because you were talking to yourself and he couldn't hear me. That's why. Because I said hi to Fang as soon as you said hi to Fang, I was like, hi, Fang.
Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. How are you doing tonight? The voices in my head said hi, but you didn't know that. I am out of concrete, so I'm just cobblestoning all this stuff. Who's killing zombies? Thank you for the experience.
I'm checking out my
How's it working?
dude, it fucking blows zombies away.
Does
I just killed 4 lumberjacks with half a clip.
Oh wow.
And that was why it was lagging, so I couldn't even really aim at the head. And I like how like it didn't finish my quest.
I have
Whatever.
my frame rate capped out down in the tunnel. It's so nice. I'm like, man, because this game caps out at 120, I think. And it's like, man, this game runs so smooth. The light looks great, good reflections. And then you come out of the boxy square environment into the overworld. You're like, oh, that's not real. That's not indicative of actual game performance. And then you get a 7th night. You've got like 40 zombies rushing at you and they're blowing up all over the place. And you're sitting there at 20 frames per second. Like telling yourself, this is why I didn't choose sniper rifles. Why did everything turn red? Oh, it's getting darker and the tunnel just turned red. That was kind of creepy, actually.
Oh, it is the 7th day.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, weren't we gonna didn't we finish the tunnel and weren't we gonna get off?
The tunnel's not finished though. Well, I don't think we have enough concrete to actually finish the tunnel though. I'm just cobblestoning as much as I can just in case they decide to attack the tunnel. So that way it's a little bit more fortified. So maybe we don't have to replace quite as much.
All right, well, I'm driving my happy ass over to the garage and then I'm going to log out.
Okay.
CJ
everyone-
just agreed that he could call it because he's going to bed.
All right, CJ, you have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow.
Night, man.
And then once I'm finished with this, which I think I might be finished with it now. I don't know what this block down here is. What is it? Is it wood? Oh, it's just wet concrete. Okay. So I think I've done all I can. I don't have any concrete left. I've just got cobblestone, which everything's already upgraded to cobblestone, it looks like. go up here and see the sunset real quick. Oh, the clouds in this game look better than the clouds in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That is so funny. I just saw this like beautiful, like almost sunset, and I was like, this is way better than Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the game that was released 24 hours ago.
Almost drove into barbed wire.
Yeah, Fang, I think we're gonna put a bunch of turrets down in the front. Like we can do little alcoves, little recesses, have them all in here with motion cameras to go off and just obliterate any zombies they see, and then we can stage them periodically throughout the tunnel.
So we're not gonna get attacks on the tunnel.
We'll see. I did one night capture about 40 zombies attacking the tunnel, and it was not a seventh night. It was a weird thing. I don't know if it was a game glitch or what was going on, but I tried to take a screenshot to show CJ. Because there was 10 screamers, and all the zombies that come along with each of those screamers, times 10.
Oh,
I
man,
wish
this
that they had
weird-ass tunnel
zombies like that.
pillbox. Holy crap, this is the weirdest pillbox tunnel I've ever seen.
Oh, there's a land claim block down here.
Yeah, that's my land claim.
Oh, this is your stuff. Well, I'm just...
Oh wait, no, that's CJ's block if it's in the tunnel. CJ put it in the tunnel so it wouldn't accidentally reset.
Oh, that's really smart. Oh, get out of it. I'm trying to... Why can't I jump?
We need more pillboxes like this one. I like this pillbox immensely.
I'm gonna drink some water. I'm just trying to like smooth out the entrance here because you can't drive a motorbike back into the tunnel right now because it's like this weird dip. So let's see. All right, get that water out of here. Put those blocks back in your hand. There we go. So one of the kind of cool things about this game is each of these blocks has like a menu with like 30 different shapes you can turn them into. So you don't have to make different shaped blocks.
And
like in
that's
Minecraft.
new.
Yeah, it used to be you had to do that, which was horrible.
Frustrating. Yeah.
Like in Minecraft, you
But
have
then
like
they
a
made it so
box
you
full
make
of
a wood
stairs.
frame. Yeah, you make a wood frame, and then the wood frame just turns into anything and everything.
Yeah. So I get the wood frame
Not
out,
have-
and then I go to shapes, and all these shapes line up, and they don't make a lot of sense. Some of them have frames, some of them don't. Some of them have frames and completed pieces, some of them don't. It's kind of goofy. But and then you place it down. You can place it any direction. You can flip it upside down. You can put it sideways. It's pretty cool. And so I'm just trying to find a way to like level
To
this out.
Log out.
No, I'm trying to find a way to like level this so it's like level with the road.
Oh, don't stay on too much longer because it's already 7 in the game. But I'll catch you later. Night, man.
I'll catch you later. Have a good one. All right, yeah, I'm gonna, you know what, I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna log out right now because if I push the timer till 10 o'clock, then we're gonna get swarmed by like a billion zombies. So I'm gonna hop out and let's hop over here. I'm just gonna disable that for a second. Yeah, that is the best part of 7 Days to Die. I think we're gonna come back tonight and do some more of that. Let's see. No, there was like a weird gap. And every time I tried to push it back to like even it out, the gap just kept widening. All right, let's get Assassin's Creed Valhalla in here. Let's play some of that. I try not to bump my desk too much because I'm playing with a controller, but Assassin's Creed Valhalla has this weird bug where it like causes the game to stutter for like half a second if it switches between keyboard and controller. So every time I bump my desk and the mouse moves, it like causes the game to freak out a little bit, a little tiny bit. Yeah, I'm just going to bring it out and build a floor and then just do a platform from the floor. A very, like, just try to keep it as level as I can. And just try to level the road to that platform. I think we can make asphalt now. I think that's something we can do now, CJ. For those of you on Twitch, I'm talking to CJ on Facebook right now because I'm streaming to Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. All right, let's see how this looks. I had some weird bugs with this game not showing up correctly on stream. And yesterday or earlier today, I was about a half hour delayed trying to get it to work before I was able to start. Yeah, we could pave the dirt road. That would totally work. Let's see. All right, yeah, it looks like it's working now. Cool. So let's get back into this game. I think I'm actually gonna step away for a second and refill my coffee mug. What time is it? It's 3:26. Oh, let's have one more cup of coffee. But yeah, I'll be right back, guys.
Let's get out of here.
Hearken well in Hall of Kings. On ocean steed my words gain wings. Odin's mead I forth will bring. For noble deeds thine honor sing. The brave man slain Valkyrier waits. Reward for strain to Valhall takes. Then horns resounds the mighty hall. For those who fight, for those who fall. For those who fight, for those who fall. Warlord weaves his web of fear. Each man gets his fated share. A blood-red surge, the warrior shield. Ravens scan the battlefield.
Warriors, drink! When I was away, far from these frozen shores, wondering if I should ever see home again, I grew afraid I would not have time afraid. I would not see him bleed out like a stuck pig in a drift of snow. But here I am, home in time to join those I have missed, those I love, in this glorious fight. Today we seize Noktval from Kirkve. Tonight his heart will pulse with worry. Tomorrow it will burst from fear. He will beseech the gods. For they will be deaf to his cries. And soon the Raven Clan will feast on his dead. You know these isles best, Wolfkist. Lead us to victory.
I will show the way, but you must lead us there.
Oh, Eivor. I missed having you at my side. Hard we have no reason to fear. Together, we are unstoppable.
Sail out!
coming! Ravenclan! You reap a bloody harvest.
Who are you, Gester? Name yourself.
I know his face. He met with your father not long ago.
I did, indeed. I am Guthorm, uncle to King Harold of the North. I speak for my nephew when there is need.
This is not King Harold's land. Why does he send warriors so far south?
You may ask him yourself, my lord.
Thank you, uncle. And you are Sigurd of the Raven clan, is that right? Son of the wise King Styrbjörn.
I am. And you are standing on his land, King Harold. Land we have reclaimed with blood and steel.
That I see, and I honor it, for I have not come to war against you, but for you, at the request of your father.
The canny wolf. Was this the plan he spoke of?
I offer my support. With my warriors, your Raven clan can take Kjotve's fortress and settle this rivalry for good.
This is good news, Eivor. The Wandering King will tip our fortunes.
Why risk your men to help us, King? Have you a stake in this fight?
This war between Kjotve's clan and your own has long simmered on my southern border. I wish to see it put to rest. There will be no peace while Kjotve lives. But there's much agreement between your father and me.
This blood feud runs deep, King Harold. We welcome your help, but I must lead the charge.
I see. Is this a question of honor?
It is. Many winters ago, Kjotve broke an oath to our fathers. He betrayed a friendly peace and slaughtered many.
I understand. Sigurd Jarl will lead the assault against Kjotve and his clan. Give him full command of my ships and my warriors. When your victory is in hand, Sigurd, find me at Alrekstadir, and we will celebrate together.
Our men will gather at Florg, near the mouth of the fjord northeast of here. Will you join us?
Hold a moment. You captain our longship, Eivor. Meet us there, and we will claim Kjotve's head for the gods.
Brother, I have waited too many years for this day. When Kjotve stands before us, give me the final blow.
You will have it, Eivor. You deserve it.
Eivor, give us a hand. Harald is generous with his troops. More than I would be.
I cannot fathom his game. He's either a young fool, or deceptively wise.
Whatever his reason, I have a good feeling this war is near its end.
No, that's totally it. My audio is muted. I've just been talking to myself. That's all.